sky that's never done, deciding between gray and bright. Northern window, honest view, no flattery in what comes through. Northern window, clear and real, showing me exactly how to feel. I've grown fond of its cool gaze, the way it doesn't romanticize. No golden filters, no soft haze, just the truth in northern skies. Northern window, honest view, no flattery in what comes through. Northern window, clear and real, showing me exactly how to feel. Some windows face the easy light, some face the long and patient north. I think I needed one that's right, not beautiful but fully worth. Looking north, finding something truer there. Stuck between two floors tonight, the elevator doesn't move. I'm not scared, I'm almost right, suspended in an unnamed groove. Between floors, between states, between the early and the late. Between floors, this is where I finally learned to just be there. Sometimes life is in between, not the top and not the ground, not the place you've always been, not the place you haven't found. Between floors, between states, between the early and the late. Between floors, this is where I finally learned to just be there. What if stuck is just another word for resting in disguise? What if every pause uncovers watched it every night before, without knowing what it's adorning. Third window, someone else's night, someone else's quiet light. The third window, burning warm, someone weathering their own storm. The third window, you and I, both awake beneath the same dark sky. I've invented lives for that light, a reader or a restless mind, someone else for whom the night is something gentle and designed. Third window, someone else's night, someone else's quiet light. The third window, burning warm, someone weathering their own storm. The third window, you and I, both awake beneath the same dark sky. Still burning at 2 in the morning. Whoever you are, you're not alone. Someone has to watch the night, make sure it arrives and leaves with care. Someone has to hold the light between the dark and morning air. Night watch quietly kept for everyone who finally slept. Night watch soft and slow, keeping vigil in the low. Night watch, this is mine, standing at the evening line. I don't mind the quiet duty of staying up when others rest. There's a strange and tender beauty in doing what you do best. Night watch quietly kept for everyone who finally slept. Night watch soft and slow, keeping vigil in the low. Night watch, this is mine, standing at the evening line. All quiet on the night front, everyone's safe. I'll stay a little longer. Mm-hmm. The indigo hours sit between the blue of night and black of deep. The most beautiful I've ever seen. The color that belongs to sleep. Indigo, the hours on shade, where the sharpest edges fade. Indigo hours, hold me here in the color without fear. Indigo hours, deep and wide, everything I feel inside. I've started looking for this color in the hour before I rest. It makes everything feel fuller, like the night is at its best. Indigo, the hours on shade, where the sharpest edges fade. Indigo hours, hold me here in the color without fear. Indigo hours, deep and wide, everything I feel inside. Indigo, the most honest color, only visible if you stay up late enough. The city burns on low tonight. Not fierce, not fast, just slow and deep. A million lives, a million lights, and I'm the only one not asleep. just enough to leave a mark, just enough to not feel alone. I tune myself to quiet things, to what the late hour brings. Soft signal, barely there, like a warmth inside the air. Soft signal, low and true, something between me and you. I sit beside the open door and wait for something I can't name. A flicker not quite like a spark, but close enough to feel the same. I tune myself to quiet things, to what the late hour brings. Soft signal, barely there, like a warmth inside the air. Soft signal, low and true, something between me and you. Soft signal, still reaching, still warm. Half awake and half inside. A dream I haven't finished yet. Somewhere between the dark and light, a place I haven't learned to let. Half awake, half somewhere else. Better than either by itself. Half awake, warm and loose, nothing left to win or lose. Half awake, soft in between, the best place I have ever been. I don't reach for the phone tonight, don't check the hour or the news. I stay inside this borderlight, this comfortable kind of confused. Half awake, half somewhere else. Better than either by itself. The night warmth is a different kind than the warmth the daytime brings. Something gentler for the mind, something quiet in its rings. Night warmth, this is mine. A temperature that feels just fine. Night warmth, soft and real. The only warmth I truly feel. I chase the night warmth now through the apartments I have lived, always finding out somehow that the night is what has given. Night warmth, this is mine. A temperature that feels just fine. Night warmth, soft and real. The only warmth I truly feel. The night keeps a special warmth reserved for those who stay up late. A warmth the daylight never offers. A warmth worth staying up to get. Night warmth, right here. Wrap yourself in it. At night I do my arithmetic of what I've spent and what remains. It's not a science, not a trick, just counting what the day contains. Night arithmetic, soft and slow, adding up the yes and no. Night arithmetic, mine alone. Every dead and every alone. Night arithmetic, soft review, the quiet math of me and you. Some days the numbers don't quite work. The columns don't align just right. But there's a comfort in the quirk of reconciling in the night. Night arithmetic, soft and slow, adding up the yes and no. Night arithmetic, mine alone. Every dead and every alone. Night arithmetic, soft review, total feels right. I've been living in the waiting room of what comes after what I've known, sitting with the comfortable gloom of not yet ready, not yet grown. The waiting room, this is fine. Everything in some time in line. The waiting room, soft and long, waiting for the next belonging. Some people hate the waiting room, the suspension of the not yet clear. I've learned to decorate the gloom and make a home while waiting here. The waiting room, this is fine. Everything in its own time and line. The waiting room, soft and long, waiting for the next belonging. The waiting room is good light if you adjust your eyes, and the people waiting with you are always a surprise. Still waiting comfortably now. It's not so bad in here. The good things accumulate so slowly, you barely notice them arriving. The warmth, the ease, the something holy that comes from quietly surviving. Slow accumulation, grain by grain, not dramatic, not a refrain. Slow accumulation, soft and real, more than I expected to feel. One good sleep, one honest meal, one conversation that felt real. One moment when the city breathed, and I breathed with it, relieved. Slow accumulation, grain by grain, not dramatic, not a refrain. Slow accumulation, soft and real, more than I expected to feel. It doesn't come all at once, it never does. It comes in the small, in the bare sit sometimes in the unlit room, not sad, just resting in the dark, finding in the comfortable gloom the quiet of the unlit arc, unlit room. This is fine. Darkness making things more mine. The unlit room, dark and white. Everything need inside. The unlit room, soft and real. A darkness I can actually feel. The body relaxes in the unlit in ways that lit rooms never bring. Something in the dark permits a different kind of resting thing. Unlit room, this is fine. Darkness making things more mine. The unlit room, dark and white. Everything I need inside. The unlit room, soft and real. A darkness I can actually feel. Sitting in the unlit, not afraid of the dark. Never was, really. The soft infrastructure of a life is all the invisible support. The things that hold away the strife that no one ever seems to court. Soft infrastructure holding still. Everything beneath the wheel. Soft infrastructure, warm and white. Everything that holds you inside. The friends who check in quietly. The routines that keep the dark away. The habits working privately to get you through another day. Soft infrastructure holding still. Everything beneath the wheel. Soft infrastructure, warm and white. Everything that holds you inside. structure still holding. Think it sometimes. I'm looking for somewhere warm, not a person, not a place, just a feeling past the storm, a quiet in the empty space. Somewhere warm inside the cold, somewhere young inside the old, somewhere warm, I know it's real. I can almost feel. The night is long and I'm still here, still searching through the low reflection.